Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Buddy Murphy sent a message to Rhea Ripley saying he's finally ready to go home. The star posted about it on social media. Buddy Murphy, a kid Buddy Matthews, has been in Australia for a media tour, regularly appearing in interviews. The star has been away for some time now. However, now he's about to return home. The star will be reuniting with his wife, Rhea Ripley, and their kids. That is, their dogs. He let her know this, and Ripley has reacted to it as well, saying that she's very excited. Who attacked Jade Cargill? WWE Hall of Famer tells us here. Given the two are in separate companies as well, with them in WWE and AEW, finding time together can be a challenge for anyone. But the two adjust their routines to fit each other in, and this is sure to be a happy reunion. While Ripley may have something to look forward to in her personal life, when it comes to in-ring action, the star has her work cut out for her. She has unfinished business with Liv Morgan and wants her title back from the current champion. But at the moment, Io Sky is the challenger for the Women's World Championship. She's facing Morgan at Saturday night's main event. If Ripley is denied a title opportunity, she may look to repeat history once again and go after the title by trying to win the Royal Rumble. With the event now less than 2 months away, a few stars will focus on it and begin planning their strategy going into the 30-person match. Buddy Matthews sat alone in the dimly lit locker room, the faint hum of fluorescent lights overhead accentuating the stillness around him. The echo of the crowd's cheers and boos had long since faded, leaving only the soft hum of an arena settling for the night. His phone sat on the bench beside him, a screen filled with unread messages, social media notifications, and missed calls. Yet, one name lingered on his mind: Rhea Ripley. The bond between Buddy and Rhea had always been special. Not just partners in life. They were kindred spirits in the chaotic world of professional wrestling. Both had clawed their way through adversity to stand at the pinnacle of their craft, their journey's path paved with blood, sweat, and sacrifice. But now, Buddy felt a gnawing weight in his chest, a longing for something he couldn't find inside the squared circle. He opened his phone, his fingers hovering over the screen as he drafted and deleted the same message multiple times. "It's time for me to go home," he finally typed, the words looking both foreign and familiar as they stared back at him. Rhea Ripley was scrolling through her phone when the notification lit up her screen. She smiled at the sight of Buddy's name, expecting another of his usual lighthearted messages, a meme, a playful jab, or a note of encouragement. But as she opened it, her smile faltered. "It's time for me to go home." Her brow furrowed. Go home? She knew Buddy well enough to understand that these words weren't casual. There was a gravity to them, a weight that demanded her full attention. She quickly typed back, "What do you mean? Is everything okay?" The 3 dots indicating his reply appeared, then disappeared. Seconds stretched into minutes before her phone buzzed again. "I've been thinking about this for a while now. Wrestling isn't the same for me anymore. I've been chasing something, but I don't even know what it is. I think it's time for me to step away. To find home." Rhea's heart sank. She read the message twice, her mind racing. She knew Buddy had been wrestling with his purpose lately, but she hadn't realized how deep it ran. Back in his locker room, Buddy leaned back against the cold metal of the lockers. The silence was deafening. Memories of his career played out like a montage in his mind, the triumphs, the failures, the camaraderie, and the isolation. Wrestling had been his life for over a decade, but somewhere along the way, it had started to feel hollow. The relentless travel, the constant grind, and the ever-present pressure to perform had taken their toll. He'd been trying to fill the void with passion for the sport, with love for Rhea, and with the camaraderie of the locker room, but it wasn't enough. He'd started questioning what home even meant to him. Was it Australia, where he'd grown up? Was it wherever Rhea was? Or was it a concept he had yet to discover? The question was simple. but it pierced straight to the heart of his conflict. He exhaled slowly and typed back. Rhea read his words and felt a pang of sadness. She'd always admired Buddy for his introspective nature, but this was deeper than she'd expected. Wrestling had been both their lives for so long that she couldn't imagine him without it. Yet, she also knew that if anyone deserved to find peace, it was him. Buddy's phone lit up, her words causing a lump to form in his throat. He'd always believed that he needed to achieve more, to prove himself further, to earn the life he wanted. But Rhea's message reminded him of something he'd overlooked sometimes. The things we seek are already within reach. You've been my anchor through everything, he wrote back. But this is something I need to figure out for myself. I don't want to keep going through the motions. I don't want to wake up one day and realize I've been running on empty for years. I need to step away. For now. Rhea sat in silence, digesting his words. She'd seen others walk away from wrestling, some temporarily, others permanently. She'd always assumed Buddy would be by her side, in the ring and out of it. But she also knew that love meant supporting each other, even when it hurt. Weeks passed, and Buddy began to disentangle himself from the world he'd known for so long. His departure wasn't marked by grand speeches or dramatic goodbyes. Instead, it was a quiet stepping away, a decision made for himself rather than for the spectacle. He spent time reconnecting with the things he'd left behind, long walks on the beaches of his hometown, quiet mornings with a cup of coffee and a book, and hours spent in the gym, not for a match, but for himself. He'd forgotten what it felt like to simply be. Rhea visited whenever she could, their time together a stark contrast to the chaos they'd grown accustomed to. They talked for hours, not just about wrestling, but about life, dreams, and the kind of future they wanted to build. Buddy's decision to step away had initially felt like a chasm between them, but it had become a bridge, a chance to rediscover not just himself, but their relationship. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, Buddy and Rhea sat on the porch of a small house overlooking the ocean. It was a modest place, far removed from the grandeur of arenas and the roar of crowds, but it felt more like home than anywhere Buddy had been in years.